Last night I saw on the front page of The Blaze, I saw two stories that really impacted me in a way that I don't know if I've been impacted this way, this deeply before. There are two stories on the front page of The Blaze. One is a woman at a gas station in Houston who has an argument with a man. They're not even sure if they knew each other. They're looking now for witnesses that were close to find out exactly what happened. But a woman is grabbed at a gas station, and she kind of shakes him off. And she goes in and she grabs a rifle. And she points this rifle at this guy, and they're just talking. And nobody really knows what happened. And then she shoots him in the chest. He dies. She takes out her cell phone, takes a picture of his dead body, gets into her car, and leaves. What the hell is that? Then there's another story. This story is one of the most disturbing stories I have read. And the videotape, when you see it, you'll understand why I say this. And it's I mean, I don't even know if you can play it, Pat. We'll play it later on the program. There's this woman in the car, and the headline is, "Man uploads wife's tirade and files for divorce." And I don't know why I even clicked on the story, because it just doesn't even sound interesting.
No, I saw the headline. Didn't click on it.
Yeah. And I click on it, and I start watching this woman, and it's like, what time do we get in? We're in Washington, D.C. We're at Sirius XM Studios in Washington, D.C. today. What time we get in? 11, 11:30? Mm-hmm. So it's probably midnight, and I click on the story, and I just want to see what it is real quick. And this woman is sitting in a truck, and the guy is filming her, and they're driving. And she starts saying, "Take me to the lake. I want to go to the lake. I just want to go on the boat with the lake. Why?" And he says, "Honey, I've got to take care of my truck. I've got to, all I want to do today is I got to clean my truck, and I've got to, I don't know, rotate the tires or something. It's always about you." And she just goes crazy. And she starts acting like a 2-year-old. And it is so deeply disturbing because, quite honestly, it says something about parenting. We have parented people who aren't even able to function anymore in our society. We have parented a group, and not we have parented, but some of us have parented, some of us are still parenting, but our parents so lost track of what's real. And I'm sorry, Little Miss Princess, but you don't always get your way. Life doesn't always work out the way you thought it would. Best thing we ever did, I think, as a family for our older kids is we put values and principles on our chairs at our kitchen table. And there were about 8 chairs at this table, and each one said hope on the back, one said charity, one said honesty. And sometimes, you know, if one of the kids was having a bad day, you know, I'd say, you know what, you need to sit in the self-control chair. You need to sit in the honesty chair. And sometimes I would say it to myself, I need to sit in the honesty chair today. And there was one value that we wanted to put. We had the kids decide with us, what are the values that we want? What are the things that are important in life? And there was one, and it was endurance. And my kids fought against it. Dad, you always make life sound like it's such a drudgery. No, endurance doesn't belong here. I said, yes, it does. Dad, Dad, man, you don't have to endure life. Yes, you do. Much of your life, you will just have to get up in the day and endure until you can put your head on the pillow that night. Most of life is just endure till the end. Just endure this. You think and this wasn't popular, do you think I wanted to go to all of your dance recitals? There were a lot of those things I just had to endure. And I did it with grace and a smile. I wanted to kill myself every time you're like, let's go for another recital. I'm in a new play. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That's great. Endurance. Nobody can endure anymore. Everybody's special. Everybody gets their own way. Life has to be fair. Everybody has to have their portion. This is what I was promised. You're not promised anything. Nothing. Forget about the government. If the government goes away tomorrow, who's making you promises? Hutch said last night on TV, he said, Glenn, we just have to get people to realize that when they're hungry, I guess they will work. He was making great points on we got to cut welfare. We have to cut this giant state, and we have to require people to work. And I got so frustrated. I said to him, Hutch, at what point do you think people are going to work? Well, if they're hungry enough, somebody is going to come and say, you know why you're hungry? Because those people over there, they have all your stuff, and they don't want you to eat. And they'll organize, and they'll kill that person for that food. Our society has completely broken down. And if you don't see the handwriting on the wall, it's probably because you're watching. Did you hear about the new prince that was born yesterday?